Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. Today, we are starting on the second floor of the storage facility, joined by an Enderman that we will quickly take care of before we get on with the rest of today's episode. We are trying to get more Ender Pearls as we work towards our goal of getting to the end, so that will be very helpful for us. Today we are going to be creating a bee farm, so for that we will need to do a lot of breeding of the bees and fill up a lot of these hives. Our design for this farm is actually going to be very simple. It mimics a design created by the YouTuber Pixel Riffs. I'm not sure if this is his own original design or if he got this from somewhere else, but he is the one that I got this design from, so credits to him for this. And again, the farm is actually going to be very simple for us. You may not escape, my friend. We're just going to quickly go down here before any more try to leave. So, like I said, very simple design for this. We can actually build the majority of it. I keep going back to my house for materials. It's going to take me hello. Oh, wow. All right, we've got creepers all around. We're going to have to light up the rest of our storage area, the perimeter around that, because we don't want any creepers exploding on our path here. That would be a pain to try and clean up. Anyway, the materials are actually quite simple, so it's going to be 4 hives, all with dispensers that just automatically shear the beehives when they are ready. So for that, we will need 4 dispensers. We will also need some observers, and thank goodness we have ourselves a load of quartz that will make that extra easy to take care of. And hoppers as well, which I don't think we have any, but we should still have a fair amount of iron. We might actually need a little bit more for this. Well, I didn't even notice the raw iron that we had, so we will just get that going in the furnace right away. And it looks like our coal supply is also running low, so we are going to need to take care of that. We have plenty of chests, so the hoppers shouldn't be an issue. And then we have glass and some wood for aesthetic purposes, and then just some redstone dust. And yeah, that's the extent of the farm. Like I said, super simple. As for the location of this, I am thinking maybe right around, maybe right over here, I think would actually be a great spot to have this. So we will just... I keep forgetting I have efficiency. That happened last episode with the clay, and it just happened again. So I've got to be a little more careful as I dig out that dirt. So super easy footprint. We just take some chests, place those down, and I was able to make 3 hoppers. I will go grab the rest of the iron to make 3 more. So it'll be the 4 hives on top of that, dispensers going into them, and observers up top, and it will just fire the dispensers whenever it is ready to be harvested. That will drop the honeycomb into the hoppers and feed it into the chest, and we should have ourselves a great supply of honeycomb before long. So the dispensers will go in sideways, like that. And then I'm going to be using some dark oak planks to match our palette. Actually, I messed that up a little bit. Dark oak here, and you know, something about this seems a little off. I figured out why. So the dispensers will actually be on that side of the hoppers, and then planks on top of there. One more above that. We will actually do a stair right here on the middle, glass in between those. There we go. And then a little more glass here on the sides, flowers here in the middle, and then our blocks on top of those dispensers, observers facing down into those hives. and some redstone on top of those observers to power those dispensers. So now all we need to do is get our hives in place, as long as they are all filled with bees, throw a roof on this thing and fill it up with shears, and then it's actually done. In the meantime, since it's night, I'm going to go ahead and move these hives. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put them or if I'm going to place them down, but I just wanted to get those out of the way. We don't want any interference over there. And, well, let's be honest, those were kind of getting in the way right there. And you're not going to believe this, but a third wandering trader. We've got some zombies. We will go ahead and spare the trader for now. See what he has to offer and then maybe reconsider that decision. Alright, we have some cherry saplings. That would be great. Let me make sure there's no creepers around. You know, that would be great, but we already have a ton of them. I don't think we need anything here either. Alright, let's head back up and see if the bees are ready to breed again. So, I also need to get a count of how many we have. So, there's one. Alright, they've all come out of the hive now. It looks like, from what I can tell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. There may be a few more lingering around. We are going to need 15 in total to guarantee that all of these hives will be filled. So this will give us 8 after we breed those two. Excellent, and they will just continue to work. We will continue to breed them, and once we have 15, at night we can come up here, grab 4 of those hives, and bring them down here, place them down, and then have a finished farm. Whoa! I just shot 2 arrows at that creeper. Both of them went right through him. Honestly, though, I did not think that we would finish this bee farm as quickly as we have, so we have quite a bit of time to accomplish some other tasks today. And I think a very useful addition to our world here, our little valley, would be a permanent tree farm. I know I've just been planting saplings around and harvesting them as the trees grow, but I think it would be great to just have a permanent farm with all the tree variants that we can visit whenever we need a certain type of wood. Not to mention, we've been doing a lot of building in the recent episodes, so we're going to take a break from that. I do want to upgrade our house, though. As much as I love this little structure, we are starting to outgrow it just a little bit, so I think it will be time to move into a little bit of a nicer home. As for the tree farm, though, we have this really nice, large, flat-ish area right behind our storage building. I think this would be a great spot for it. I will need to level it down just a little bit more, maybe bring up some of this dirt down here, but now that we have efficiency on our diamond shovel, it shouldn't be an issue at all. So I will go ahead and prep the land to do that. Well, that certainly used a lot of our dirt supply, but once we level off the hill behind our barn, I'm sure that won't be an issue anymore. I'm trying to decide whether I want to have this be a gradual hill just to kind of match the terrain, or if I want to build some sort of wall either out of stone brick or maybe cobblestone or cobbled deep slate. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think I will decide that later on. But for now, this is giving us a great footprint to get started on our tree farm, which I'm going to have some paths going through here. Again, I'm not sure if I want to do our traditional path here or just do some dirt path with the shovel like that. That will just be something that I decide later on as well. For now, I think it's time to start getting our planters set for where we want our trees to go. And I'm thinking of just something along the lines of this. So we have our dirt block, and then we are just going to place trapdoors around it and just have designated planters so that our trees don't get misaligned or anything like that. It'll be nice and easy to keep track of where we want to plant those trees. And Obviously, for different trees, they are going to be spaced apart differently. Oak, birch, and spruce will probably all be spaced apart 5 to 7 blocks, and then some of the larger trees, such as dark oak or acacia trees, will be spaced apart just ever so slightly more. But for now, the most important wood that I get is oak, because that one is difficult to get in a large quantity because the trees aren't always that large, and the ones that are definitely a pain to chop down. Alright, all the planters are in. I'm just placing some oak saplings in there now, so those will grow up nice and big, and there we go. Our tree farm has begun, and let's go 5 blocks in this direction, and then do our birch planters right along here. And it looks like I've run out of oak trapdoors, so we will... I don't think we have any more oak wood, so we'll wait for some of these trees to grow. In the meantime, I guess the sun is setting, but I will go ahead and sleep. I've been hard at work making the bees breed, but we will get up there just a little bit more. We are very close. I think we are at 10 now, so just a few more, and then we can get our bee farm all set up. Well, I did some investigating. I actually don't have any birch saplings, so we are just going to run over here. I have fortune on my diamond pickaxe, so that should help us quickly get a sapling or two. Well, I don't even know how that's possible. I just removed every single leaf on this tree with fortune 2 on my pickaxe and didn't get a single sapling out of it. So I'll keep trying. And then this tree, I get 5 saplings out of it, so who knows. Alright, so now we have oak in place, we have birch. I think we'll go ahead and do dark oak next. So that one is going to be a 2x2 planter, and we will probably only do 3 or 4 of them. We will start them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks apart, and then we will leave maybe 7 blocks going this way as well. Yeah, that'll be plenty. And then we can go ahead and put trapdoors around these ones. And yes, I did have more oak wood. That's how I was able to make all of these trapdoors. But this is using up all of it, so as soon as those oak trees start growing, it will be time to harvest them. Alright, dark oak saplings are in place. Let's go ahead and do... What else do we use a lot of? We definitely use a lot of spruce, so I think we will do some spruce planters as well. 7 blocks apart. And I think we'll go every 7 for this, but it only has to be 1. And it looks like we have our first oak tree. I'm actually going to go ahead and wait for all of these trees to grow just so I can get a nice picture of all of those before we harvest them, and then we'll just harvest them as we need. At the same time though, I'm going to need that oak wood if I want to finish the base of all these planters, so for now I will just go ahead and do that, replace that with another oak sapling, and then carry on. And it looks like we have another patrol roaming through. I think we'll just let them pass. Once again, my villager up in that house way up there is safe from those guys. We have an iron door on that structure, so they won't be able to hurt him. As long as we just keep our distance, we will be okay. And now we have a birch tree, so everything is coming in nicely. I think from here, maybe jungle and then acacia, and then over here we can start to expand and have cherry wood and mangrove. If we want to do mangrove, I know those can get pretty messy, and let's see how the distance apart from these are. I think that is perfect, and that should give us plenty of distance from those spruce trees as well. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the tree farm and show you how that looks once we're finished. Alright, the tree farm is all finished up, and I'm really happy with how it has come together. I got the jungle trees in over here as well as the acacia trees, and then down on this side I put in some cherry trees as well. Really happy again with how it turned out. As for the mangrove trees, you know, those just get so large and messy. I think I don't think I'm going to include them in this tree farm, but I will definitely have a spot for those because that is a very nice wood. And with our builds so far, it would certainly fit in with our palette here and there. But for now, we got plenty of large jungle trees in here, so we will have a nice wood supply for things like making sticks, chests, and just using it in general for builds. The acacia, I really don't use that a whole lot. It's not my favorite wood. It's great for accents, but you know, with our palette, we have a lot of spruce, oak, dark oak, all of that, so I really wanted to make sure we had those woods as well. And of course, the cherry tree. That new wood, we just can't turn it down. The bamboo we also have going over there. I did kind of forget about bamboo wood, if I'm being totally honest, but we will certainly find a way to work that into one of our builds. That being said, the sun is getting close to setting, so we will head up once it does and grab our bee hives, and we may need to make a couple more just depending on whether or not we have an overflow of bees, because we don't want them getting angry when we relocate those hives. Well, just by looking at this, I could only assume that we are at 15, probably more bees, so once night falls and they all enter their hives, I'll be able to put these in the farm, and we should be good to go. And I do have some campfires, some shears, just uh-oh. See, I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, it does look like we have some extra bees up here, just 3 of them. So actually, I don't think all of these hives are completely full. We will try placing them down and see if any path find into it. Maybe? Alright, there's one. Let's see what this guy does. Let me grab a flower, and then they will follow over. Oh, there's a few more. Okay. And will they go in there? Okay, it looks like that one's full. Let me grab a few more here. Alright, here goes another one. So he's in the hive. He just went into a hive, and then we have one more right over here. Let's get him into a home, and then we should be safe to break 4 of these hives over here. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and break all of them just so that we can repurpose this attic space, use it for something else. But we're going to make sure we have silk touch here and just start going. I hear buzzing, but I think that's just in the hive. I think we're safe. Okay, yeah, it looks like we are. All right, I am just going to go through, collect all these hives, and then we will take 4 of them down, place them in our automatic farm, and then that should get going right away. Uh-oh, looks like we got a spider here. There we go. Alright, so these will just be placed down right up here from the top. There we go. And a couple more here. Make sure there's no creepers around. It would be unfortunate to lose this whole farm already. Alright, excellent. Let me go grab some glass now. We will put the roof on that, and then it should be all ready to go. And we are all set up. So the bees will come out into the middle, hover around the flower, do their pollinating and such, and then go back in the hive. Those hives will increase their honey production, eventually maxing out, and then we just need to make a few sets of shears to put into each of those dispensers. And for now, since we are a little low on iron, I'm just going to do 3 shears in each dispenser instead of 9. It should last us for quite some time, and we should have more than enough anyway, but we'll just do that for now, and I'm gonna go sleep, get rid of some of these mobs. And I almost forgot, because those hives are already full, we will need to, I just need a piece of wood here, we will actually need to activate the dispensers now, so that the bees can resume their work. So we are just going to put a button on here. We don't want to shear them ourselves, because then the bees would be angry at us, but you can see the honey's no longer there. It went into the chest, the honeycomb, and we will just go around and do this on all 4 sides. and already we will have a great supply of honeycomb. There we go, so 12 honeycomb, and pretty soon, if they aren't already, the bees should come out to do their work. We'll just kind of wait here until one or two of them do come out. I realized I should probably also get rid of some of these flowers. I know it's going to kind of ruin the aesthetic, but we don't want them pathfinding to any flowers over here. I'll get rid of this one. The rest of them should be okay. Well, this is interesting. I hear them buzzing around in there, but they haven't come out yet. And it's been a considerable amount of time, a couple minutes, so hopefully... There we go. Alright, now they're coming out. And then they're just going to kind of work around that flower, and then they'll enter that hive and increase the pollen level. So there we go. There's our automatic honeycomb farm. Let's go make some candles, because I wanted to put some candles up in our... I keep forgetting what that is. The hayloft, but not really a hayloft. Alright, we'll need some string for that. And we will just go in here. Candles, I'm going to make 3 of them. That's what I used in my creative mock build for this. So we'll just stay true to that. And then flint and steel so we can light that. Let's head up there and place these on the mantle. And 1, 2, and 3. Let's take our flint and steel. Carefully light those candles. We don't want to set fire to anything else up here. That would be tragic. Burn down the barn, all these poor animals down here. That would not be a good time. So the candle is safely lit, and I think our loft area up here is finished. I haven't done the notches in the roof yet. I know I said I was going to do that, but I'll get to that at some point. Alright, well now we have a little bit more time ahead of us to figure out what else we want to do. Alright, I've figured out how we are going to end today's video. For that, we will need quite a bit of scaffolding. Alright, I have a stack and a half of scaffolding. Now we are just going to go up to the top of the path up here where our villager is. I'll need to harvest that sugarcane as well. And we are just going to go, you know, this is kind of like a cul-de-sac right up here. Kind of loops around a little bit, but it will eventually continue. But we are just going to place down all of this scaffolding. Don't worry, an explanation is coming. How high do we need to go? You know, we'll go a little more, and then I think we will, yeah, we'll go about to there. And we're just going to climb to the top. And we have made it to the top. How is this for a view? We can even almost see the village. If I turn up my render distance just a little bit more, we should be able to see that. I have Optifine, so I could turn it up all the way to 64 if I want, but that would be, we're already getting a couple lag spikes just from loading everything in, but I don't want to really drop the frame rate too much. But we can see, I should have brought the spyglass, we'll just cheat and use the Optifine zoom. We can see the village right over there, and that's kind of what I was hoping for, and then the rest of this terrain is loading in all around us. So why did I build a, what is this, 50 block tall scaffolding tower? Well, I want to start expanding our little village right down here. I'm not sure what we're going to name it yet. If you have any good ideas, definitely drop them in the comments. I would love to hear some ideas for what we could name our little domain right here in the valley. But it's time to start expanding. So over here, let me go grab the spyglass. Makes it a little more fun. There we go. I feel like a pirate now. We still have a little bit of daylight, so that's perfect. So right down here, that granite right there, you can see the hole in the ground. That takes us down to our XP farm where we have the zombie and spider spawner. The mine shaft is down there, and our enchantment room set up. Over to this side is the village and our long sky bridge here to make it easy for horse transportation since, well, you know, I honestly don't need it. Oh, that was for the villager. That's right. But maybe I should stop riding my horse on top of that. That's a little dangerous. Don't want my horse to fall off. Anyway, so that is the village. That is our XP farm. Over here is the ocean, which we frequent, And over that way is the jungle. You can see the edge of it right there. And then we haven't really explored to the north of us all that much. But what I want to do, and I will do this off camera because I don't want to bore you guys to death again, but I'm going to expand the paths going all the way out to our, whatchamacallit, the XP farm, and maybe do one to the ocean over that way, and definitely have one going over towards the village. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about this opening in the ground. Maybe we could do some cool industrial building working with that, but the path will likely just kind of follow up that hill and carry on that way. I would, however, like to bring it maybe to about that point and have a large bridge, suspension bridge or something, that goes across the river canyon right there and leads us into the village. So lots of path expanding, but that will actually help us create a footprint for the future layout as we begin to expand, because like I said, it's time to upgrade our house. That will be coming in the next few episodes, and get some other larger buildings going. We have the barn already, we have our storage building, we even have a potion building, potion building, and then the villager building right down there. But pretty soon we're going to need a lot more buildings and a lot more farming, because this 9x9 plot that we have right now, that's just not working for us. We will need a lot more wheat. Maybe we will set that up somewhere over here. But I'm going to go ahead and end the episode from the top of this scaffolding with this awesome view in the background. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily videos as soon as I upload them. Check the description for important links, how to contact me, my website, all of that good stuff. And that is going to do it for episode 18 of the Optimistic Survival series. Comment, like, subscribe. Remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.